Come on now. Only, you know what I'm saying? But the thing I'm getting out of this, Roach took the fight, gives him a chance to really.
Devon Davis's corner was in complete chaos during his fight against Lamont Roach, and now his trainer, Calvin Ford, has shed light on the situation. Ford revealed that Davis was urging him to make a highly questionable move, adding to the turmoil. The chaotic scene was reminiscent of Tyson Fury's corner during his first undisputed World Heavyweight Championship bout against Alexander Usyk.
What's the best move? I'm hoping that he do what I do to him. You know what I'm saying? You see how I act? Are you ready? Because I need something.
During the match, while Tyson Fury remained calm with his trainers, his father, John Fury, created chaos in his corner by repeatedly raising his voice over Andley Lee and Sugar Hill Stewart. This ultimately led to Tyson misinterpreting their instructions and losing the fight. In Devon Davis's case, however, the chaos stemmed from the fighter himself. The bout unfolded in an unexpected manner, as Davis seemed poised to hear the final bell after the 12th round for only the third time in his career.
I can see different levels. Time I had a chance to step back. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, they changing us." No, we ain't changed up anything.
This was unusual for the Baltimorean, who typically ends fights in the 7th, 8th, or 9th rounds. However, this time, Lamont Roach was fighting back, and Davis was not dominating as expected, raising alarms in his corner. As his team tried to advise him, Davis instead argued, raising his voice and yelling, "Listen to me," at Calvin Ford. His team ultimately listened, but the result was disastrous, with the potential to worsen if his draw against Roach is overturned. Initially, his coaches remained silent about Davis's outburst, assuring that things would be sorted out, but with the situation now spiraling, the case has taken a different turn.
Like punishment, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes things got to happen to make you get back to where you belong at. You know what I'm saying? And that was a good.
For Gervonta Davis and his team, the fight against Lamont Roach was expected to be just another routine night in the ring. From the moment the bout was announced, Team Davis showed no signs of worry or tension. Despite Roach's respectable record and title, he was still viewed as the smaller man, making Davis the clear favorite.
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must say,
viewed as a sizable underdog, Lamont Roach fought like a man with something to prove, boxing beautifully from the outside from the start. Even when Davis forced him to abandon the jab and fight on the inside, Roach adapted without hesitation. By the final bell, the crowd at Brooklyn's Barclays Center stood in shock. They had witnessed 36 minutes of intense action, but were uncertain who would emerge victorious as the scores were tallied. Davis waited patiently, but in the end, the smiles in his corner faded as he was forced to settle for a majority decision draw.
Skillful. Both of them want to take certain chances. Some of them take chances. You know what I'm saying? We seen just like we was on a boat and it was.
For the first time in his professional career, Davis left the ring without an official win. As he slumped into his chair backstage, his team, including Barry Hunter, shook their heads in disapproval of the decision. Hunter, who had stepped into the leading role ahead of Calvin Ford, believed the judges got it wrong. While he acknowledged that Davis had a tough fight, he was convinced that in the final rounds, Davis turned a close contest into a clear victory. "We take our hats off to the other side," Hunter told Isis. "But I thought down the stretch, the last 2 rounds sealed the deal. I thought we pulled it off."
Well, both of us back to they was at it again. Nobody won.
Nobody won. But many believe Davis should have lost, arguing that referee Steve Willis should have ruled him down when he took a knee in the 9th round. Former IBF, WBC, and WBO lightweight champion George Kambosos Jr., who has frequently clashed with Davis on social media, insists that Tank's stock has taken a major hit. Speaking to Fight Hype after a workout for his upcoming fight against Dodd Yordan on March 22nd, Kambosos remarked, "He's just had a draw and lost a lot of stock. What does he have to do? Rebuild his career?" Since the fight with Roach, Davis has faced widespread criticism from the boxing community.
Honestly think about this Davis versus Roach fight. Like, For you at 140, do you feel it's like you fighting a smaller fight, 130, 135? What's your thoughts on the
Both men have expressed interest in a rematch, while the New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing the ninth-round incident, where a replay system failure prevented Davis's gesture from being reviewed and potentially ruled a knockdown. Had it been called, Roach would have won by majority decision, becoming a two-division world champion. Instead, Davis retains his title and unbeaten record. Meanwhile, his rivalry with Kambosos, rooted in mutual disrespect, continues. Davis appears to dismiss Kambosos as a fighter, while Kambosos criticizes Tank's level of competition throughout his career.
date against Lamont Roach? Is it a big fight?
I don't like to disrespect Lamont Roach. He's a very skilled fighter. Just featherweight.
Throughout his career, Davis has relied on his athleticism, patience, and punching power to dominate opponents. But on Saturday, he faced an opponent who wasn't intimidated and absorbed his power without major consequence. While no one doubts Davis's abilities in the ring, Roach's stellar performance exposed areas where opponents can challenge the WBA champion. Before Roach, the only other fighter to go the distance with Davis was Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Now, all eyes are on Davis's next move to see if he pursues a quick rematch. If the fight happens, Roach may enter with more confidence but risk losing discipline, while questions remain about whether Davis can adapt his fighting style if needed.
His own show. He runs his own race, and the fans, like, no matter what, the fans will see, obviously, what the fighter's doing. The fans see what's happening, and
Davis's in-ring IQ is often underrated, as he's known for studying opponents early before taking control. But against Roach, he never seemed to find his rhythm. Following the fight, Roach gained plenty of support, including praise from Shakur Stevenson, Davis's rival, who even offered to be Roach's next opponent. While that matchup makes sense, a Davis-Roach rematch is what fans truly want, especially after Roach made many question whether Davis is truly unbeatable. Meanwhile, boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has weighed in on the New York State Athletic Commission's review of the controversial fight.
Draw, and all you think won.
Do you know what? Honestly, I haven't watched the fight. We had a show that night. I haven't watched the full fight. One thing that's kind of baffling is that it wasn't a knockdown. I mean, look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight...
Eddie Hearn does not believe the New York State Athletic Commission will overturn the majority draw decision, but expects a rematch to happen. Davis and Roach fought to a draw last Saturday at Barclays Center, but a controversial ninth-round incident, where Davis took a voluntary knee without a knockdown being called, has prompted an official review, as reported by Dan Rafael of Fight Freaks Unite. Roach's lawyer has appealed to have the result changed to a win for Roach, either by decision, knockout, or disqualification. While Hearn acknowledges the controversy, he told Fight Hype on Tuesday that he does not expect the commission to alter the outcome.
I mean, I think that's a warning, but it's a bit of a bizarre situation. For me, like, there was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight. Like, Lamont Roach is a serious fighter. I said it might not be the biggest profile fight, but it's actually quite a tough fight.
Hearn expressed doubt that the New York State Athletic Commission could mandate an immediate rematch, stating that the decision ultimately rests with the World Boxing Association, which oversees the lightweight title. While the commission can review the result, it lacks the authority to enforce a rematch. However, Hearn expects one to happen regardless, revealing, "Everything I'm hearing is that the rematch is going to happen anyway. I think it's pretty much done." He also weighed in on the ninth-round controversy, arguing that Davis's decision to take a knee should have been ruled a knockdown.
Like, hopefully this could be the little something that gives Gervonta a little wake-up call to take him back to the mindset of maybe where he was. You know what I'm saying?
Hearn emphasized that if a fighter takes a knee and touches the canvas while punches are being thrown, it should be ruled a knockdown. Addressing speculation that Davis should have been disqualified for returning to his corner, Hearn dismissed the idea, calling it a warning-worthy but bizarre situation. The New York State Athletic Commission's review remains ongoing, with no final verdict announced yet. In the aftermath of Saturday's PBC pay-per-view in Brooklyn, a crucial missed knockdown call by referee Steve Willis in the main event ultimately cost Lamont Roach Jr. the WBA lightweight title and a shocking upset over superstar Devon Davis.
we was talking in like the 12th round. I think the 12th or 11th. We was talking shit, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win.
Roach, a former amateur rival of Davis, should have been the main story after handing Tank, the heavy 1/600 betting favorite, the first blemish of his professional career in their controversial majority draw at the Clay Center. However, attention also turned to the New York State Athletic Commission, which lacked transparency in the aftermath, and later claimed a technical issue prevented it from reviewing instant replay footage in time. By failing to correctly rule Davis's voluntary knee in round 9 as a knockdown, Roach lost a crucial 10-point swing that would have secured him the victory. The fallout not only cost him the win, but also millions of dollars he could have, earned by entering their inevitable rematch as the defending champion.
She's talking about. He like, man, he gonna give it to you. I was like, oh, is that right? So, you know,
The New York State Athletic Commission has stated that it is still reviewing the matter, but one lingering question demands more attention. What was going on with Davis? While it was shocking to see the 30-year-old Baltimore native struggle against a heavy underdog after years of dominance, the most surprising aspect wasn't just his performance. Roach, who bulked up to lightweight, looked like the bigger fighter and used his confidence and experience from growing up in the same boxing circles as Davis to deliver the most impressive performance of his career.
it's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing works. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar.
Questions surrounding Davis's mindset and his bizarre behavior before, during, and after the fight have sparked debate over whether this was just an off night for one of boxing's pound-for-pound best, or if he has lost the competitive fire that made him a star. While boxers being late for media events is nothing new, especially for Davis, who arrived nearly 2 hours late for his 2023 press conference with Ryan Garcia. He took it to another level by showing up almost 4 to 5 hours late for his first event with Roach in New York, and then arriving 90 minutes late to last Friday's weigh-in. Though he was his usual playful and relaxed self during fight week, his behavior in the ring was concerning, as he twice took his eyes off Roach to argue with referee Steve Willis, only to get caught with clean punches in return.
But shit, I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me.
Prime video cameras captured Davis yelling over trainer Calvin Ford's advice between rounds, repeatedly screaming, "Listen to me." The controversy deepened in round 9 when, after taking a series of jabs from Roach, Davis began aggressively, blinking his left eye before turning away from the action and taking a knee. He quickly got up and ran to his corner, where Ford used a towel to wipe his eyes, an action that could have warranted disqualification under the rules. Referee Steve Willis initially began a mandatory 8 count but stopped at 3, opting instead to issue a warning before allowing the fight to continue.
Did you win? I was like, oh, yeah. I said, oh, shit, here it goes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, so.
Davis's post-fight explanation was as peculiar as his demeanor, which seemed oddly indifferent despite nearly losing his title and unbeaten record. As the crowd booed him, he responded with a mix of frustration and dismissal, shouting back in either embarrassment or disinterest. Addressing the 9th round incident, he claimed his freshly done hair was the issue, saying, "I just got my hair done 2 days ago, and she put grease in it, so when I was sweating, it got in my face and burned my eyes." Frustrated by the crowd's reaction, he added, "Damn, why are y'all booing? These are real facts. Look at my hair. But it's all cool, man. You know how they get? They love you, then they hate you, then turn around and love you again."
Yeah, man. It's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay. We gonna run it back.
Davis, who holds a mandatory rematch clause and expressed interest in exercising it on social media Monday, appeared more humble while discussing his performance at the post-fight press conference. However, his remarks also revealed a lack of situational awareness regarding the rules. Acknowledging the disappointment of a draw, he admitted, "Nobody likes a draw from a guy who gets knockouts and things like that, but it's cool." Reflecting on the fight, he added, "I feel like if we fight again, I could do more and should have done more. I was lost and lost track of the rounds. That's why we need ring girls. I didn't know what round it was. Facts."
No.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring And was it to get the towel to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught.
Davis explained his decision to take a knee, saying, "I didn't want to get caught while my eyes were burning. You can get knocked out like that, so I'd rather take the knee." However, he admitted he was unaware that receiving mid-round corner assistance could lead to disqualification, adding, "When Willis started counting, I was like, what the hell? But it's cool." While Davis has had competitive fights in recent years against opponents like current welterweight champion Mario Barrios and former 140lb champion Isaac Pitbull Cruz, his bout with Roach was his first noticeably flat performance since 2017. That year, during the co-main event of the Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor super fight, he missed weight, lost his IBF 130lb title on the scales, and was booed for an uneven showing against Francisco Fonseca before securing an 8th-round knockout. Despite years of legal troubles and distractions, Davis had managed to maintain his reputation as a dominant and charismatic star in the ring, until now.
Wow, my eyes was burning, and you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than
Adding to the uncertainty surrounding Davis before the Roach fight were his repeated hints about an imminent retirement, possibly by the end of 2025. He expressed a desire to undergo therapy and focus on his mental health to become a better father. In a January interview with Inside Boxing Live, Davis explained, "That's why I don't want to box anymore. I want to do therapy, but I feel like if I do, it would take away the fire inside me. I want everything out of me, so I never think about fighting again or even getting angry. I have 2 girls, and I want them to be much softer and more humble."
But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that. Or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know.
Being true to yourself is essential, Davis emphasized, adding that forcing yourself to continue something you no longer want to do is when things go wrong. Seeking a more peaceful life for himself and his family is a noble reason for change. But there's no more dangerous place to be when your heart isn't in it than inside a boxing ring, where both physical and mental health are constantly
The
at risk.
decision I want, but we ain't get a loss either. So I felt like I won it. The last couple rounds. So it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in the fight. But it's cool.
Davis is one of the most electrifying fighters boxing has seen in decades. And in such an unpredictable sport, even the best can have an off night. In boxing, a fighter's legacy is often defined by their most recent performance, for better or worse. As attention shifts from the controversy surrounding Davis's eye issue to the anticipation of a highly anticipated rematch, the hope remains that Tank is still fighting for the right reasons, bringing the mindset and determination needed to return to his peak form.
Tank, how much does it hurt to have the draw on your record now? And do you think it's going to stand as some sort of like renewed motivation for you? Like the guy
seems to be set in motion, but a major obstacle remains. The World Boxing Association must first decide whether the fight stands as a draw or a loss. Until then, Gervonta Davis must focus on addressing the issues within his corner. Stay connected with us for the latest boxing news, events, and updates by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications for more quality content. Until next time, peace out.